I hit buttons on here and I don't know what I'm doing. Guess we're good. Are we here? Are we on? Everything's everything. Okay. Hi, gorgeous people. Oh, that's blurry. Still blurry. Hello. Stop being blurry. Sometimes it just needs to. It's like my brain and it just needs to refocus. There's so much background noise too. Hello. Maybe light will help it. Hang on. Let's turn this one a little bit. Did that help? Maybe made it worse. Okay, I believe it will refocus. Am I having... Why? Come on, camera. I gotta do it slow. And then there's me. Okay, whatever. We're gonna operate blurry for a minute. Okay, look. We're gonna do a reading. Okay, there we go. We refocused. We're good. We're good. We're here. All right. First of all, what do you think about my Valentine's Day hair? Isn't this cute? I'm excited for it. It's going with the I Love Me sweatshirt. We're going to talk about that later. I have a reading for you guys. I've been waiting all day. for the vibe to feel right. It hasn't felt right. I knew I was going to do a reading today, but I didn't know when, and it was not felt correct. And finally, I was like, it is time. And I was just sitting on my bed. I was like kind of vibing out. I'm dying of thirst, by the way. And I was kind of like meditating, like vibing with some music and stuff and singing. And probably when my voice is hoarse, because I was singing a lot. Just kind of it just helps, like my vibration helps like tune, I think, me to just sing. And I hear it was like the part of like the old you is gone and never coming back. Like they're never coming back. And it was like this really strong, really powerful kind of message where it was like never coming back. And I was like, whoa, isn't that a bit extreme, their spirit? And it was like, no, it's not extreme. This is serious. This is very serious. The old you is gone and never coming back. And I was like, that's it. Like I could just tell, I knew in that moment that was the message for the collective, first and foremost. Gone and never coming back. And then there's a nervousness and an anxiousness or a restlessness. I want to call it all three of those words that kind of popped up afterwards. So if you're feeling a little nervous, a little anxious, a little restless, it's because of this transitioning period where an old version of yourself has been eliminated completely and you're moving on to become a new person altogether. And I'm almost seeing like, and I don't know if I've never personally spoken about this topic on my pages at all. I've heard other people talk about this topic, but I've never talked about this topic of like what walk-in spirits. But I did see, so, and only because I've heard of this concept did I have a language or a word to relate to it. But I saw sort of like an imagery in my mind of like, it was like old spirit out of body. It was like, here's the body, and then the old spirit like left the body, and then like a new spirit went into the body when I was meditating. And I was like, is that bad? I was like, is that bad? Is that not, what does that mean? And it's like, it's not bad. And it's not, I was like, doesn't that mean that I'm not me anymore? Would that mean that I'm not me anymore? Or would that mean that the people in the collective are not themselves anymore going through this? And the answer was very blatantly no, that it doesn't, it's an assistance, and the truth of who you are remains inside of the vessel, and then it's the false parts of you, the false energies, or the energies that you acquired in your life and like put on as versions of as parts of you, like who you learn to be in survival mode. I'm hearing who you learned to be in survival mode. Those were pieces and parts and aspects of self and personality that you learned to be, you had to do, that you kind of took on and took on and took on and took on. And then it formulated your personality and shifted like this energy that was stuck onto you that kind of pushed down and diminished and suppressed like your true authentic spirit. And so I saw that it was like all of that kind of just got scooped up and taken out. And then the walk-in is not like a whole different soul, but it's a new energy to come in and fill the spaces in which there was old acquired energies, right? That your soul is intact, the soul of who you are is intact, but all of there's spaciousness remaining in the vessel for energy to fill. Okay. So that could be like Christ consciousness, right? So they say like in Christianity, like you become like a new man, like the old man leaves and the new man, it comes in its place. And I believe that that's what that symbolism, what that imagery kind of showed me. It was like the old you, right, that you put on, that you acquired of the world, right? Not your true soul, your spiritual self, but the acquired self, the persona self that you took on as you've lived your life because this is who you thought you had to be and whatever. Like that energy was extracted. That's a good word for it. Okay, so I just like to write down little notes as I'm going. So that was extracted, and then the new energy has been put into its place, three-dimensional, so that it's a three-dimensional representation so that you can represent yourself differently and show up differently as you move forward from here on out. So it's not a new soul, which I think is like, it actually helped clarify for me, like, what is a walk-in? Because I've never really understood that topic to its depths, I don't think, but like this made sense to me when I saw the visual of it in my meditation, that it was the energy that you've acquired being extracted and then replaced with a new energy to fill the vessel, rather than like your soul exiting and then like your body being inhabited by like another soul. I was like, ugh, like, no, like that sounds cringy. I don't think no, but it was like, there's spaciousness. Instead of leaving spaciousness, it was like an extraction and a replacement, or almost like a what would you say, the spiritual transplant. So like a spiritual transplant, an energetic transplant. I know, that's so crazy. Is that not so crazy? Okay, that's so crazy. That's wild, you guys. Okay. And we haven't even started the reading. We haven't even touched a card. And we're already at like spiritual transplants. This could only get more fun. Settle in. Get something to drink. Like we're gonna need to just chill together for a minute. I can feel it. Okay. It's February. But I do believe that these readings are limitless and timeless, and that time is non-linear and basically not even real. And so if you align with this, it's a three-dimensional construct. And so if you align with this reading at another time that's not the stamped time on the video, and still feel called to watch it and keep watching it, you've obviously already watched it this far, keep watching it, then there's something here for you. Trust yourself and that feeling. So let's pray in, because I was definitely already connected to spirit because I was meditating right before, but let's go ahead and just invite God, angels, universe, all that there is. I just ask that you please bring everybody into this space tonight, into this energetic space tonight that's supposed to be here live with me, but also all of those who will watch this after the video processes in the future and it's up on YouTube. Please just align anybody with this video who is supposed to have a beautiful, helpful, healing message from it. Please help them align with it, feel called to it, put a nudge on their shoulder, tap them on the shoulder, put a nudge on their heart that this is meant for them so that they can get what they need out of it. And God, just help me by allowing me to be a humble vessel for your good works in the world, to be a pure, clean, open channel for your messages so that I can deliver beautiful, helpful, healing messages that will strike people's spiritual awakenings, that will aid people along their spiritual journeys, that will help people get, a piece to their puzzle of their healing journey tonight, whatever it is that they need. And I just surrender over and trust you to guide me through this space and time for your people, not my people, your people, but in my collective that I am so honored and so grateful to have the privilege of serving. It is an absolute honor to have a subscriber list, a following, social media channels that have thousands of viewers and subscribers and followers, and I do not take that lightly, not one bit. So I'm just here to do good work, do good service, and be a voice for spirit so that people out there can get what they need. And tonight I'm hearing hope is one thing that is going to be needed, and tonight I'm hearing, well, I'm feeling something else that is going to be super needed, that's going to be received, and that is clarity on a lot of things that you've been feeling that have been in a language about things that have been difficult to explain and describe. Experiences, validation is something that you're going to be getting about validation on your experiences. Okay. Whew, let's get started. So the energy is powerful for me so far. It feels really higher vibrational than the energies of the other readings. So I do feel like more people will probably end up seeing this because I'm feeling connected to more people. It was 1313 on the timer when I said that. So one thing I do want to go ahead and do is just see what is 1313. Let's go ahead and just look that up together. We're going to be here for a minute, you guys. So just get comfy. Hang out with me. Angel number. Okay. I can't get over my hair. I really like it, you guys. The red in here for Valentine's Day is so fun. If you're feeling anything about anything I've already said so far, like just the introduction, the prayer, please drop that in the comments and let me know if you're with me, if you feel like this is aligning for you so far. So the core meaning of 1313 is reinvention, creative. That's wild. Okay, creative, power, bold action, reinvention. Seriously, reinvention. And what did I say? Gone and never coming back. What? You can't make this shit up, because that's what I heard, was gone. Like the old you is gone and never coming back. And then 1313 we see, and this is the energy of reinvention. So if you have been trying to reinvent yourself, go ahead and claim that that's already done in the comments. Like, I am reinvented. I have been reinvented. I am reinvented. Reinvented. And I'm going to call out, just because they popped into my brain, relationship reinvented. If you resonate with the twin flame journeys, good friends of mine do a channel called Relationship Reinvented. And when I aligned with that concept a while back, and after I had my spiritual awakening, it started with like the 1111 phenomenon. And that led me to the whole twin flame journey thing. And Relationship Reinvented was the thing that was a channel that really supported me in that. So if some of you I won't talk about that probably a ton, but so their names are Lee and Sherry is the couple, the sweetest people. And you will love them. Let me just go on here and make sure that like their page is still that and they haven't like rebranded or something. Reinvented. And yes, okay, so it is here, but it looks like they also have like another channel now called Human Being Connection with Sherry and Lee. So they've got a couple things going on. And as soon as I heard reinvented, I thought relationship reinvented. So I had to call out my buddies. They've been amazing along my journey, amazing supports. So they might for you as well. And I had this, I had kind of a vibe of networking today, which is funny because I also had my friend's book here with me to call out too, which is The Circle Remembers by Dr. Angela Faith. And The Circle Remembers Indigenous Wisdom and the Journey Back to Sacred Living. I've been really aligned with this book today. I was really looking for something to read, something to not just read, but like a vibe to align with and like something to soak up in a very sacred way today. I was like calling, like, and I have a ton of books. Like I'm a bookaholic, love books. Okay, so they're everywhere. I have shelves, and I was like, okay, like asking spirit, like in meditation, like what do I need to read today? And this one called out to me, and so it's been sitting on my bed for me to. I haven't actually taken a look in it today, which I've taken a look in it before, but it was going to be like what I snuggled up with at night after I get done with this. And then I just thought, I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to tell everybody on YouTube about Angela's book. So this like networking, just like supporting other people vibe has been such on my heart today. And I just really wanted to like call out her in this beautiful way. And like, you have to, like, this woman is so worth supporting. Like if you want to support an amazing person, like it's Angela, and this is available on Amazon. Okay. So there's that part. Let's get back to our reading. So Gone and Never Coming Back. We had this energy around walk-ins. We had the 13 energy of reinvention and support energy, the supporting one another energy. And then I had this Chariot in reverse situation going on. So let me feel into what this is trying to say to us today, because I don't really know yet. I'm just dying of thirst is all. Oh, I didn't put on music, you know. I've been having music. Maybe that's where I've went all wrong. Let's see. So the Chariot in reverse.
ChooseZoro.com.
Sorry. Okay. The Chariot in reverse. There we go. I feel like it's showing up. I'm hearing reshaping balance. I don't know why I feel the need to write everything down today, but I just do. Reshaping balance. So take a look at balance in your life. What does that look like? Like, maybe you've had like one type of balance, and then now it is moving into a new type of balance. But I'm seeing this image of just moving things around and distributing. Okay, so it's distributing the weight energetically. Okay, distributing weight energetically. So this might be who, what, when, people, places, things you spend your time and energy on. Changing the weight, the distribution in which you give your time, energy, maybe money, maybe attention, focus. If anybody has been renting too much space in your mind, please take a look at that. If anything has been taking so much of your day that you feel like there's not enough time in the day to have a balanced day, also take a look at your weeks, your months. But I also want to make sure that we're moving away from the idea of linear time too, because this isn't going to be like a work-life balance kind of deal. This is I'm seeing energies moving. It's not about what you're doing, it's about how you're feeling and the things that are draining energy being looked at to be rearranged or redistributed in ways that do not drain you energetically anymore. Because so I just heard it's like we have to get the energy rebalanced. We have to get the energy rebalanced. And that's partly because of, so you feel off balance because that energetic sort of, what did we call it? Energetic transplant. So this energy carried one type of weight and one type of balance, and that 2222 on the clock, 2222. And that, when that was removed and this new energy has been put in you, and I feel like this new energy is lighter and it's a higher frequency, it's higher vibrational, so it's making you feel like off balance, possibly even physically. So if you've actually been like feeling dizzy, then please, I'm like not a doctor, so like, of course, like if you're having symptoms and you feel scared, like be checked out by an actual medical provider. Okay, I'm not a medical provider, and this is not medical care or medical advice. This is tarot reading. So, but energetic things can have physical responses sometimes. So it's something to take a look at of if you could be actually, as you're recalibrating and trying to figure out what to do with this new energy that and I'm seeing that this was like overnight, like just last night, like it was like boom, like you got like our collective has gotten, anybody who's aligned with this collective got a new vibe. Okay, old vibe gone, new vibe in. And because that new vibration carries different weight, different structure, and it's weird to talk about energy of having weight and having structure, but it's different. So it's going to create a new balance. So like think about so think about if you had like a container. This is dumb. This is so dumb. But what I'm saying is like, okay, think about if you had like a bowl and it was floating in water and it had some kind of liquid in it, like say it had like a muddy water in it, and that muddy water with all the gunk in it, like it's liquidy, right? But it had gunk in it and it was heavy, and then like you pour that out and rinse the bowl, and then you set it back in the water, and then pour like clean water in it, that it's gonna kind of be like wobbly for a minute until like like that process of removing that old like heavy stuff, and like how far it sinks down in the water, and like how much it can float, like the way that it would balance out after you remove like muddy what okay, so I'm seeing it's like there was like muddy water in the thing, and it was making it sink down and like submerge, so like where not a lot of the bowl would be like out of like poking out of the water. But then if you clean that out, dump that out, rinse out the bowl, put the empty vessel back into the water, and then pour clean water into the bowl, like that's not going to be as heavy, and now it's going to so much more of it's going to be like showing, if that makes sense, and then it's going to be a different type of balance to have. So I hope that metaphor was not completely ridiculous. It's the one that I saw, is what it is. So it's a restabilizing, because you have an higher frequency, okay? Restabilizing your vessel in a higher frequency, lighter, without the gunk. There's been a cleansing, and I love the word reinvention, but I'm also hearing cleansing. So with that cleansing process, with the container having the new consistency of the new energy, it's almost like this, who am I? And so with that restabilizing, right? So like just like a bowl would shake in the water after you did that, your body might also be feeling like, whoa, what is happening? And like if you're just having some moments where you're like, woo, like I'm spinning or whatever, like it could be an energy thing. But please never sock it up to being like the spiritual awakening flu and not go to a doctor, because that's just dumb. So we always make sure you take care of your body on all levels. Remember, just like our last reading that we had, we take care of that body on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And so if something might be going on with you physically, you might need to get it checked out. Okay. Warning label has been attached. All right, you guys are smart. I trust you guys to take care of your bodies appropriately. Okay. And so after this recalibration, after this extraction and transplant of energy has happened, and you recalibrate energetically and you rebalance energetically. And now, so warning, like how that looks in the physical world is going to be fun. We'll call it like her. Sometimes it can be something good. Sometimes it can feel bad. The way that shapes out around you, just can be a little turbulent sometimes. Things get moved around. People, places, things, that's what I always call it. People, places, things will get moved around when there is a recalibration of energy, when there's an up level, when there's an upgrade spiritually. People, places, things get moved around. That's just what it looks like. So how that shapes out for you in your three-dimensional reality, like, I don't know, right? I don't know who that's gonna be, what it's gonna be. There could be moving to actually like physical moving of things away from organizations or groups, or even the place that you live physically, people. It could be stuff, things in your house that you need to get rid of, getting a new car, exchanging the old car for a new car. So I feel like that same like transplant exchange energy where is going to happen with a lot of stuff physically also in your world, right? Even as small as like, I'm getting rid of, this tumbler and I'm getting a new tumbler, or I'm going to get, and I always say this is like tried and true for me. Every single time I have like a really big spiritual upgrade, I end up with new devices, like tech stuff. It's like, it can't, like, I align with higher vibrational or like better quality tech stuff. So it's like, I feel like I go through a big transformation spiritually. Next thing you know, I'm like, my phone is burning up all the time. The CPU is frying out, and like, I'm gonna have to go get a new. I gotta get a new phone. Like, I have to upgrade my phone now, or the TVs start glitching out, and I gotta go get a new TV, or a new computer, or a new camera, or like some kind of piece of technology also has to get upgraded, like with my vibe. So something like that could be going on. Things aesthetically around you, things that are connected to really old energies could be getting moved around. Like, say you have a piece of furniture that is from, that you bought at your first house that you ever had, and this is the seventh house that you've ever had. And so it's just, you're tired of effing looking at it, basically. At this point, you're like, God, that just reminds me of like a really old version of me. Like, let the table go or whatever. Like, it's okay. You don't have to hang on to everything forever. If it feels out of alignment, just like thank it for serving its purpose in your life and let it go. Okay. So there might be some stuff like that going on, some purging. And I'm really feeling this, like, don't worry so much about money. Like, some of the, even if the things are like a value, just the exiting of that energy will be the value. So like worrying about getting $20 or $50 or $100 or whatever, like for your items. Like, I know it's the things we have are worth value and are worth money. I mean, and like you can sell them to other people or something, but like the energetic clearing process of feeling the results of removing things from your life and just kind of dusting your hands of them as quickly as possible is what's, I don't know why I'm like bouncing, like follow the bouncing ball. It's like just getting rid of the things as quickly as possible. That is what's going to bring the value. Okay. Because all the stuff that aligns with that old version of self that is gone and never coming back, said spirit. Never. It was like this, never coming back. Like, I don't know if you've struggled to align with a new version of yourself, or you've been trying to upgrade yourself in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you've been really working on becoming a certain type of person, or changing a certain behavior, or doing something different, and you've struggled with it and kind of teeter-tottered and went back and forth for a while. This time it's solid. So this time it's solid. This time it's anchored. This time it's gone and never coming back. So that is the big message of today, that I feel like it's like you don't have to worry now. Like, gone and never coming back. Never coming back. And it was almost like this fear energy of like, you were afraid if you would go, oh gosh, I'm here again. I finally made it, like back to this energy, climbed back up the frequency ladder to get to this like energy. And am I going to fall down again? Am I gonna end up back at that lower frequency again that I worked so hard to climb out of because I couldn't like fully calibrate in this energy and frequency before? I think like that's like the fear. It was like, I've been here before. That's what it feels like. It's like I've been here before and I didn't fully calibrate and anchor into this energy in a way that like I could hold that frequency and new vibration. And then so like my vibration went down again, 3333 on 3333 on the clock, or on the timer this time. And then you found yourself in a lower vibration. You're like, oh, I'm back here. Right. And like, it's that kind of feeling that you had with yourself. It was like, man, I did all that work and I got my vibe high and then I'm back down to a lower frequency. But that's normal. So that's what I want to, that's normal. That is normal. If you didn't hear me, that is normal. Say it with me. That is normal. That's okay. That's how raising your vibration works. Okay. You raise your vibration. You feel into a new vibratory state, one that you've never hit before. And then you're like, ooh, this feels like weird and different. And then because it feels weird and different, it activates fear responses in your human body, right? In your mind. And then we resort back to what feels familiar, which was that old lower vibration. And then you kind of go, oh no, I didn't want this. I left this vibration for a reason. I didn't want to be in this vibration because of this, that. So I need to do it. I got to do the work again to raise my vibration I got to get out of this spot. And then so you do the work again to raise yourself to that vibration. And then you're like, oh, I did it. And then, you kind of, is it more comfortable now? It's more familiar now because I was here before. So I'm going to stay longer. I'm going to hang out longer. So, and then eventually it's like, getting a new house. Like, you're bringing your stuff there and it's starting to feel more comfortable. But when you move into a new place, it's just going to feel weird and uncomfortable. It's not going to feel like home for a little while, and that's okay. So that's a message of remain in the new vibration despite the discomfort, despite the feeling of it not being familiar. It's new. It's not going to feel familiar, and it's not going to feel comfortable just yet. But breathe in. So lots of breath work right now. Lots and lots of breath work right now to anchor in this frequency and stay here and remain here. That's what you have to do to have that full reinvention, okay? But Spirit wants to confirm though that it's gone and never coming back. But you just got to do the work with your nervous system to hang here, okay? Hang here. And stay here and tell yourself that you're safe here and that this is where you're going to stay. This is where I'm at now. And that old me's gone and never coming back. And so it's safe for me to get comfortable here. It's safe for me to get familiar here with this new frequency and vibration and whatever that means, the people, places, things that come along with that new frequency. Okay. And then once you do that, there's just going to be, I'm hearing it's going to be a short period of time that the movement is going to be forward pretty quickly. There's going to be pretty quick forward movement, and then you're going to see some pretty rapid payoff, reward, result. So I'm not sure what this new thing is for you. I did see a working out kind of imagery in my mind. So for some of you, this is your actual physical body. There will be a lot of changes that take place in your actual physical body in order to align with this new energy. Maybe some of you want to get in shape for this year, or you started a New Year's resolution or something of getting in shape and you kind of didn't do it, but it's okay because you are going to do it. Just start over. Keep going. You are going to do it. You're going to succeed. This is you having a success with the thing, or I don't know what other examples. What are your things? Y'all tell me. What's your things? What are you trying to align with? What's been the biggest thing you've been trying to do different, and who you are now that you're trying to become? I definitely saw one that was about fitness and working out and changing your physical body. I'm feeling that one is about relationships as well. Oh, they're falling on the floor. I'll be back. You stay there. I'm just going down here to get the car now. Okay. So no more. It's the message of don't worry because the lessons will not be as painful. Sorry, let me show you the card. I don't read the tarot like normal people. Is anybody that reads tarot normal people? First of all, but the regular way, the traditional way to read tarot. So I might say things differently than other people would, but this is coming out to me as that the lessons, the way in which you're learning lessons are not going to be as painful as they've been in your past. Okay, so maybe for your soul's evolution and for your spiritual journey, you've had to learn lessons in really painful ways. Like they have rocked you. They've been tough, like they've given you PTSD, like you've had to go to therapy just to learn these lessons. Like you saw the divinity in the experiences, but like the recovery process afterwards, like to get back to feeling okay after the experiences that taught you lessons, has been pretty tough. I'm seeing them as being really treacherous, painful journeys that have left you feeling very broken and very I'm seeing like angry. I'm sorry if that's you. Resentful at God. Like, why did we have to learn that in that way? Why did we have to do it like that? Wasn't there an easier way for me to learn or go through that? And the answer is no. Sorry. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but like, you chose your experiences. You and God chose your experiences and the lessons that you would learn and what you would learn and how you would learn them in the spirit realm before you even incarnated into the world. So you did what you had to do, but God's saying that you've kind of hit like this threshold point, right? This old person that's gone and never coming back. That version of you had to learn lessons in very painful ways. That version's gone. And so now you're going to learn lessons in softer ways. I feel like you're more receptive now. I'm getting this energy of greater receptivity and so because there's a greater receptivity and that and a higher intuition and a higher connectivity between you and source, like because you're more open to it, that to learning spiritually, that's why like you did the work to get to a place where you can absorb and learn lessons in an easier, softer way now. So you don't have to be like put through the ringer, because you'll listen the first time. You'll listen easier. You go sit in meditation and say, I noticed this thing, I want to check. Like, you're so like engulfed in the experience of spiritual healing and evolution that because you're doing it consciously. Okay, so that's the thing. So because you're doing it intentionally and consciously now, that's what's made it to where they won't have to be painful. Like, these swords to me are representing like painful past lessons, like the way that you, like, they were valuable and meaningful and you got stuff out of them, and they were worth taking, worth getting, but the way in which you had to get them was so painful, and you're scared now. It's almost like spiritual PTSD. Like, I am scared to do any more spiritual growing. I don't know if I could grow spiritually anymore. And it's like, don't be scared to grow to continue to grow spiritually, because you're in alignment with doing it in an easier, softer way. Yeah. So take a breath and keep doing it. Okay, keep going. You don't have to stand still. So I feel like that's something that has kept you stuck, is what I'm hearing. It's kept you stuck because you were so scared of having any more of these like super treacherous, painful experiences. And you were like, I'm not doing the spiritual work anymore. Like, I'm not looking at any more shadow stuff. Like, I'm not asking God for any more patience or any more I'm done. Like, I'm capped off here. Like, this is it for me. Like, I'll just stay here. And which is so funny to me. Like, you're so funny though. That's so cute that your spirit would be like, think like that, like perceive like that you would perceive like that spiritually. And like, it's adorable, I think. And but that's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, feel like it's a natural response, because like that's how it's been so many times, like over and over and over again, for me to have these great up levels and have these big spiritual awakenings. And it's sucked. It's been horrible. It's been terrible. It's knocked me down, and I had to build my whole life over, or build my self-esteem back up from the ground up. It was like everything was like I had to do it all over, like do things from the ground up, like ripping down of these foundations. But you've done like all that spiritual foundational work. The foundation is solid. I'm hearing solid. So because you got your spiritual foundation solid, that's why the old you can be gone and never coming back, because now you're going to keep building, and it's going to be like instead of this like construction, like I'm seeing like demolition, like like wrecking balls and like breaking down foundations and rebuilding stuff, and like these structural, like heavy construction structural changes instead of like those things. That's why those lessons felt so heavy, because they were big, like spiritual, structural, foundational things that were taking place. And now, since that's done, now you're doing the fun stuff. Now we're putting up beams on the house, and now we're hanging drywall, and now it's going to look like a house with rooms and stuff. And then you're going to get to paint the walls, and you're going to get to pick out the flooring of your spiritual house. And like now you're going to get to figure out what kind of furniture you want to put in your spiritual house, and the pictures you're going to hang on the walls. And that's what I'm like getting this visual of, is like this beautiful, now it's the fun part. Now it's the part where we get to build for permanency and legacy and forever. And it's not going to be as harsh. We're not ripping anything out anymore. Tearing nothing down anymore. We're building what's going to last. And I'm seeing writing words. I'm seeing that you writing words on the walls before you paint them, or even writing words. And this is all spiritual representation, right? This house is representative of your spiritual house, okay? And I see writing in like beautiful script on the walls and on like the 2x4s, like it's like the framing of the house, like on the frame and on the walls, like just writing like the beautiful things, like intentions and Bible verses and just all of this like beautiful intentions that are going, affirmations, and like really speaking it, what the energy that you want to infuse forever as you're going forward. So it's so very loving and so very intentional. So maybe you could even make that like something that you do as like a coaching exercise too. You could write out in a notebook on paper what you would write on your walls of your spiritual house, if you wanted, what the legacy is that you would want to infuse energetically into your spiritual house and take with you forever, now that it's going to be permanent from here on out. That's pretty. I like this message. But I feel like, are we going to have one more card from this one? We're already 48 minutes, probably. Okay, let's put this deck up and move on to my deck, which is the How to Wear a Crown Divine Guidance cards. This is the only one in existence. It's not available for sale yet, but keep your eyes out, because it will be one day when I get there. All right. Let's see what we got going on now. Which one of these is it going to be? And then we get to talk about merch, and that's going to be fun. Because it's February. Oh my God. Why am I like this today? Okay. We got 2 cards down here. So, because it's February, and February is Valentine's Day, so we got a rule. We haven't had a rule card pop out yet in any of these collective readings. So we got rule 2. Treat yourself like royalty. And aren't they pretty? Let me see. Let me put it somewhere we can see. Look how gorgeous these cards are. I'm obsessed with them. I really am. I can't wait to get these onto the market so that you guys can get your own decks. But rule 2, so, the How to Wear a Crown program, there's a fully self-paced program, and it comes from this book, How to Wear a Crown, A Practical Guide to Knowing Your Worth. This is my book. I'm blonde and red now. Do you see me pick the wrong side of my head because I'm reversed on camera? All of the cards come directly from the chapters and the teachings in each chapter of the book. That's what this whole deck is built on. That's why they look like they mimic the cover of it. So there's a book, there's a workbook, there is a daily journal, and there's a full-length online self-paced program, and then there's the merch, and then this deck of cards, and that's completes the whole How to Wear a Crown vibe. But rule 2, so it consists of 4 rules of royalty, and this is rule 2, and that's how we get to we up-level our lives and love health and wealth by knowing our worth, by using these 4 rules. Once you embody those 4 rules and implement it into your life, you drastically change on every level. So rule 2 is very important, to treat yourself like royalty, and that means so much more than just I think when we think about self-care, we get this perception of doing face masks, of putting cucumbers on our eyes and painting our toenails and things like that, and it's just really so much more to what is self-love and what is to treat yourself like somebody that you love. And then what does it mean to treat yourself like royalty would be, so much greater of an experience than even just basic level self-love and self-care. So as we do that, as we learn to embrace the I want to say specialness, just because I don't have a better word for it right now, but how special, right? The divinity, maybe that word, the divinity of our soul, right? Who we are as a spiritual being, right? You just act different. You start acting different when you start seeing your body as the vessel that houses my spirit, that the way that I am in the world, that the vehicle in which my spirit gets to be in the world, so that I can be somebody's mom and be somebody's wife and be somebody's sister and be somebody's friend and be somebody, right? That you see, you're going to treat your body different when you think about it as this divine vessel that houses a soul. So treating yourself like royalty is going to look quite a bit different than just a typical self-care. And then we have this card next. Let's see, I'm going to turn it just a little so you can see. It's the still small voice, and this is really where it all starts, is the still small voice and the iconic mirror moment. So this is some of the foundational work of How to Wear a Crown, is learning to listen to the still small voice, which is God's voice. Learning to tune into yourself, learning to meditate, quiet your mind, hear, rid your mind of the busyness and all the chaos, so that you can actually hear God's guidance, is so important. I mean, as long as I have that one skill to hear God, I almost don't need anything else, because God will be my marketing team. God will be my, support person. God will be my friend. God will be my accountant. God will be my editor for my books. God will be my, creative my COO of right the company. God will be my whatever I need if I know how to listen, and I'll get the divine instruction, and things will just go beautifully. And in the mirror moment, I feel like before we can really tune in and listen to God very well, learning to tune in and just hear yourself, because there's sets of thoughts, right? So we're going to hear our own thoughts in our mind, and then we're going to hear God's voice, and they're going to be two different things. And I think that that's like an age-old question on a spiritual journey. It's like, how do I know the difference between God's voice and my own voice? Won't it just sound the same? And it doesn't. And once you learn and you're very intimate with your own voice, you can tell the difference between your own voice inside of yourself, and you'll be able to tell the difference between God's voice. So this means spending time in front of the mirror. And this, if you have not yet had at least one mirror moment with yourself where you just stay present with yourself in the mirror and look at you 5555 on the timer at that moment, which means change. Big change will come if you do this. Please, I invite you to have that moment with yourself where you look into your eyes and you don't avoid. Okay? Things will come up. It gets uncomfortable. You'll start finding your flaws. There'll be something you feel guilty about. There'll be something that somebody did wrong to you. Things will start coming up. There'll be pain in there. There'll be stuff in there that you don't want to face, that you don't want to think about, and things about yourself, about your identity, about your behavior that you won't want to take a look at. But hang out with yourself, even if it's uncomfortable, for a moment. And if you need more help with that, get the book, How to Wear a Crown, Practical Guide to Knowing Your Worth, because it's going to teach you in depth. And people tell me that they've never been taught how to do self-talk and mirror meditations in the way in which I teach it in this book. That they've heard of these concepts, that they've learned these concepts from other people, but that they had no idea the depths of and the healing potential from self-talk and mirror meditations until they learned how to do it the How to Wear a Crown way. So this is so, it was channeled by God. I love this book so much because it's so divinely led, and I know it. And I know it, and everybody that reads it knows it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that's that for the reading. We're almost at an hour, so let's wrap this up. Featured is the I Love Me sweatshirt. It comes in a sweatshirt, like hoodie. Well, it's the hoodie. And then a crew neck sweatshirt. And I've got the hoodie today. And it comes in a tee. And this is what we're featuring as like the product of the month for Valentine's Day coming up. So get one for yourself as a self-love gift for Valentine's Day. And then I have a really cute idea to make gift baskets for all of your besties, where you get one of these sweatshirts and then you hit up the Dollar Tree and you're going to roll this up really cute to where this is shown, and you're going to get all kinds of self-care items and display it all cute, and then get some roses and put it in there. You're going to get the self-care stuff and chocolate and goodies and all your besties' favorite things and some roses, and put them in cute little baskets and give them out, and you're going to be everybody's favorite Valentine this year. Okay, so the best place to go to get the information on get right to this sweatshirt is Facebook. So I have a Facebook group called How to Wear a Crown, I made it all the way here. Up Level Your Life in Love, Health, and Wealth. And that is our free support group for people that are on the How to Wear a Crown journey or are interested in it. And I feel like if you aligned with this video today, and especially if you watched it to this far, if you're still listening to me right now, you're most likely aligned with the How to Wear a Crown journey. So if you feel like this is for you, something that you want to dive into and you want to entertain, be more of a part of. Just kind of give yourself a little yes, a sacred yes. Say it to yourself, say it in the comments. That's for me. And then there's freebies. So I've got a free meditation called Collecting Your Energy that's out right now. There's also a free self-worth survival kit. There's several freebies that you can grab. And anyway, the best place to go to get to all the stuff is my website. So www.racheldgreenwell.com, and that is in the description box below. So go join the group, subscribe on all the social media. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, all the stuff. Subscribe and like to this channel. And there's something called Hype now. I don't really know how to do it, but hype me or whatever. And yeah, all your support and all of your love is infinitely and forever appreciated. Love you so much. Thank you for being here. If you are new, thank you for coming for your first time. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your returned presence and for trusting me again and hanging out with me again. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day, but you'll see me again for Valentine's Day. We're going to keep rocking the I Love Me sweatshirts. If you do purchase, why am I dropping cards so much today? So if you do purchase an I Love Me sweatshirt, please make sure to tag me at Rachel D. Greenwell on social media wearing yours so I can see how cute you are. I love you. All right. That's that for today. I'll see you next time. And remember, you're worthy, you're powerful, and you're full of potential. So say it with me. I am worthy, I am powerful, and I am full of potential. Bye.